There is a specific moment when a woman walks into a room and something shifts. Not because she is the most conventionally beautiful woman there, but because she carries something the room cannot immediately name. Researchers who study social perception have a term for it: presence. And what they have found consistently is that the signals driving it are almost entirely behavioral, not cosmetic, not structural. Behavioral, which means they are learnable, which means most of what you have been calling attractiveness your whole life has less to do with how you look and everything to do with how you move, pause, choose, and occupy space. Today, we are going through 12 of those signals, the specific behaviors and choices that shift how a room reads a woman over 50, not as a checklist to memorize, but as a map of something you have already been doing in fragments, without quite knowing why it worked when it did. The first one almost no one names directly: slowness, not sluggishness, deliberateness. Neuroscientists who study mirror neuron response have found that when a person moves slowly and with purpose, observers unconsciously read it as confidence. The body signals it has nowhere more important to be. The women who seem magnetic in a room are almost never rushing. They reach for a glass like they mean to. They turn toward a voice without pivoting sharply. The adjustment is smaller than it sounds. The next time you walk into a room, take one breath before entering and let your pace drop by about 20%. The room will feel it before you say a word, which brings in the voice, because how you speak is the second signal, and it works on the same principle. Vocal studies have found that a slower rate of speech is consistently associated with higher perceived social status. Not a whisper, not a monotone, deliberate pacing, the pause before an answer, the unhurried finish of a sentence. Princess Diana spoke softly and never rushed her words, and people in every room she entered leaned forward without realizing it. The voice that never races tells the room it is not anxious to be heard. That calm is not a style choice. It is a signal. Lower your pace by 2 beats and your register will follow naturally. The third is restraint, and it is where most women lose the room without knowing it. Coco Chanel's rule about removing one accessory before leaving the house was not about minimalism as an aesthetic. It was about attention. She understood that the eye, given too many places to travel, settles nowhere. And a woman whose details go unnoticed is invisible in the way that matters. Researchers studying visual attention have confirmed this. The brain registers a single point of interest more deeply than 3 competing ones. One piece of jewelry that means something, one color near the face that belongs there. Let the room find one thing to remember, and it will remember you. Fourth is something most people confuse with posture, but it is not posture. It is the shoulder. Posture advice tells women to stand straight, which is correct, but incomplete. What the camera and the room actually read is whether the shoulder is dropped or braced. The distinction matters because bracing creates tension in the trapezius, which reads visually as guardedness. A dropped shoulder reads as ease. Audrey Hepburn appears effortless in photographs, not because she had perfect posture, but because her shoulders communicated that she was not bracing against anything. Drop the left shoulder a half inch. Photographs change. Rooms change. Fifth, eye contact that holds 1 beat longer than comfortable. Psychological research on social bonding has found that sustained eye contact, specifically, maintaining it through the end of a sentence rather than breaking away as you finish speaking, signals both confidence and genuine interest simultaneously. The combination is rare enough to be memorable. Most people glance away as they reach the period of their thought. Hold through it. The person across from you will feel, without being able to say why, that you were actually speaking to them. Sixth is the smile that does not arrive instantly. A smile that appears the moment a face needs one is a social reflex. A smile that builds slowly, as if in response to something genuinely pleasant, reads as authentic. And authenticity is what attraction is a response to. This is not calculation. It is permission to let your face tell the truth in sequence rather than performing the conclusion first. The women who are remembered as warm are almost always the ones whose warmth arrived after a beat, not before it. Seventh, color at the face, chosen for what it does to the skin rather than what it does in a flat photograph. Research in color psychology has confirmed what women have sensed for centuries: that warm undertones near the face create the perception of luminosity in the skin, while cool or muted tones flatten it. This is not about avoiding certain colors. It is about understanding that the face is lit from what surrounds it. A warm ivory, a soft terracotta, a dusty rose near the face does something that a cool gray or stark white does not. The color is not for the room. It is for the skin. This is actually the exact gap I built. The Elegant Woman 50+ protocol to close. I kept watching women absorb ideas like this one, understand them completely, and still not know how to apply them to an ordinary Tuesday morning, standing in front of a wardrobe without a framework. The protocol is a 30-day structure that installs these layers in order: how you dress with intention for your silhouette, how you move through a room, how you receive guests, how you hold a conversation, how you set a table, how you make ordinary moments feel elevated. The full stack, built so each piece reinforces the one before it. It is linked below if you want it. But there is an eighth signal that almost no one talks about because it seems too small. And it is not small. It is what you do with your hands when you are not doing anything. The hands are the most restless part of the body in social situations, and they are also the most visible signal of nervous energy. Women who read as composed have usually found one quiet place for their hands, loosely clasped in the lap when seated, resting at the hip when standing, holding something with a light grip rather than a tight one. The adjustment is not about stillness. It is about giving the hands an intention, even a small one, so they do not search for one on their own. Ninth, fragrance worn with restraint. Studies on olfactory memory have found that scent is the most powerfully associative sense, processed directly by the limbic system, which governs emotion and memory. A woman who wears a signature fragrance lightly creates an impression that persists after she leaves a room, not a cloud of it. One application to the pulse point at the wrist and one at the throat. The goal is not to be smelled from across a table. The goal is to be remembered in a hallway an hour later. 10th is the quality of your attention when someone is speaking. And the science here is clearer than most people expect. Research on social attractiveness consistently identifies genuine, unperformed listening, the nod that arrives because something actually landed, the question that proves the previous sentence was absorbed, as a more powerful magnetism signal than almost any physical variable. The woman who listens like she means it becomes the person everyone moves toward at a gathering. That is not a social strategy. It is a form of elegance, and it costs nothing except the willingness to actually be present. 11th is the way you enter a room, specifically, whether you scan it or settle into it. The scanning entrance, the quick sweep of the eyes to assess and orient, is something most people do automatically, and it reads as uncertainty. Settling into a room means arriving at the threshold, pausing for one beat, and then moving toward a specific point rather than drifting. It is the difference between appearing and arriving. One communicates that the room is being sized up. The other communicates that you have already decided it is yours. Katharine Hepburn was described by nearly every director who worked with her as a woman who owned every room she entered, not because she demanded attention, but because she never seemed to be looking for permission. 12th, and the one that carries all the others, dressing for silhouette, not for detail. The history of the most consistently elegant women, from Jacqueline Kennedy to Inès de la Fressange, confirms a single principle. A clear, coherent silhouette is what reads across a room. Pattern, embellishment, and texture are details the eye processes up close. The silhouette is what the room reads first, from 30 feet away, before a word is spoken. A dark wash straight-leg trouser and a structured blazer create a silhouette that registers before anything else does. The details can be beautiful, but if the shape does not speak first, the details are speaking to no one. Attractiveness at 50 and beyond is not a diminishing resource you are trying to protect. It is a set of signals you are becoming more precise about sending. Every woman who seems magnetic in a room is not sending more signals. She is sending fewer, more deliberately, with a clarity that takes years to develop. You have the years. Now you have the signals. You now understand why the details that seem small, the pace of an entrance, the angle of a shoulder, the smile that arrives slowly, are what a room actually reads. The question is what to do with that understanding on an ordinary morning without a video playing. That is the gap I built, the Elegant Woman 50+ protocol to close. I put it together after working with too many women who understood elegance completely and still could not find the version of it that belonged specifically to them, their coloring, their shape, their actual daily life. The protocol is 30 days structured around the refinement stack, each layer installed in order so that elegance stops looking like effort and starts becoming automatic. It covers how you dress with intention for your silhouette, how you move through a room, receive guests, and hold a conversation so that people remember the feeling of being in it with you. How you build a signature presence that exists on a Tuesday with no occasion to justify it. It costs something because building it took real time. The link is below.